Welcome everyone. Thanks for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. Utter and absolutely shameless, appalling chaos broke out in MCD House today as the members were to be administered oath and an election for mayor and deputy mayor was to be conducted. Chaos ensued as AAP councillors and MLAs raised slogans and entered the well when the 10 aldermen were being administered their oath. The Aam Aadmi Party alleges that this is wrong. Elected representatives should be given the oath first. But is that reason enough to completely reduce the proceedings to some local eatery brawl? The Aam Aadmi Party is also alleging that BJP has some conspiracy to get the nominated members to vote and thus capture MCD which they lost unethically. But where is this fear or allegation coming from? Nobody really knows. Is this just a ruse then to disrupt proceedings? Earlier, the nomination itself was questioned by the Aam Aadmi Party, and now there is a question on at least two of those nominations made. It is likely that they will be changed. Regardless of what the objections are, what transpired in the House today, can that be justified? The BJP claims that this is the nature of the Aam Aadmi Party of being anarchist. But importantly, they're also claiming that the Aam Aadmi Party, despite holding majority in the MCD now, is worried that their own members are not in their control and therefore worried about the mayor elections and the proceedings. Exactly who is worried and who is tampering with the procedure is one question. But the larger question we ask today, what is the action that is going to be taken on the rowdy councillors and others today? We'll take those questions to our guest in just a bit. But let me just first break down at how this entire row began last evening. So the Delhi LG nominated 10 aldermen. The AAP was quick to respond by writing to the Delhi LG. Both Kejriwal and Sisodia did so. The nominated councillors were to take oath today. Now the Aam Aadmi Party went on to call even the nomination unconstitutional. The nominated councillors and others, and after their oath and everything, the mayor and deputy mayor were to be elected today. But the Aam Aadmi Party has alleged that the Council of Ministers, which is the elected government, was not really kept in the loop as far as these nominations is concerned. And that is not the tradition in this case, even for the nomination. So they are raising a hue and cry over that. Today, that row took another ugly turn where utter chaos broke out when nominated members were administered their oath before the elected members. As I mentioned, the Aam Aadmi Party claims there is some design that nominated members will vote, which is not allowed. As far as the brawl is concerned, it took politics to a new low. The Aam Aadmi Party is claiming that the BJP attacked AAP leaders. The BJP claims that it's actually the Aam Aadmi Party that began this hooliganism. We almost have a half admission from the Aam Aadmi Party today that they did indeed start the mayhem. But they say they did it to save democracy. So further, the Aam Aadmi Party claimed that BJP has stooped to a new low, while the BJP claimed that women councillors were beaten up today inside the MCD house. AAP says that BJP is not respecting the mandate, which is of course the MCD elections where the BJP lost majority. The BJP levelled in allegation that the AAP councillors or other members were actually drunk inside the house today. The AAP has also alleged that Congress has a deal with the BJP because the Congress is recusing itself from the proceedings. The BJP though has said that the Aam Aadmi members brought sharp weapons inside the house. Finally, BJP wants to capture MCD unethically is what the larger allegation of the Aam Aadmi Party is. The BJP of course is saying that this is just the anarchic face of the Aam Aadmi Party that has been exposed. They're doing this for everything. Now here is what the LG office is telling us. The Lieutenant Governor as court administrator has nominated 10 persons. This is in pursuance of the powers under the DMC Act. It goes on to say that this is the factual, legal and constitutional provision. Any attempts to deviate is politics of deceit. In fact, the LG office is naming the Aam Aadmi Party, saying they're creating confusion with blatant lies on the matter. As I said earlier, simple question, regardless of what issues you have, can anything justify the kind of hooliganism and violence we saw today in the name of the MCD mayoral elections? That's coming up.
जैसे धारदार हथियार थे। इन लोगों के पास कुछ शीशे का भी कुछ ऐसा चीज था जिससे वो बीजेपी के पार्षदों को इन्होंने मारा है। कई लोगों के मुंह से शराब की बदबू आ रही थी। ऐसा लग रहा था कई लोग शराब पी करके आए।
पार्षदों का खून बहाएंगे, सदन में उनकी हत्या कर देंगे, उनकी जान ले लेंगे। इसलिए कि दिल्ली वालों ने बीजेपी को हरा दिया, इसलिए इनको सजा दी जाएगी। ये देखिए इनके कपड़े फाड़ दिए, देखिए आप, इनको लहूलुहान कर दिया।
He is not called Nautanki Baz for nothing. This kind of drama after doing the wrong and then huffing and puffing is so much part of the DNA. You will see that.
Law is at stake. People will have to raise their voices. How can we just be bystanders and not raise our voice if the constitution is being disrespected?
आज दिल्ली म्यूनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन के इतिहास का एक काला दिन है, एक शर्मनाक दिन है। ये मनोनीत सदस्य संविधान के द्वारा चुनकर वहाँ पर बैठे हुए हैं और आप वहाँ पर तोड़फोड़ कर रहे हैं। आपको अपनी मेजॉरिटी के ऊपर भरोसा नहीं है। अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को शर्म आनी चाहिए।
मैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी को बताना चाहता हूँ, हम कांग्रेस पार्टी नहीं है कि इनकी गुंडागर्दी सहलेंगे। हम लोग तो इंसाफ की बात कर रहे हैं। इंडिया पाकिस्तान का मैच हो रहा है, पाकिस्तान के 11 के 11 प्लेयर आउट कर दिए हमने। अब पाकिस्तान कह रहे हैं 11 और खेलेंगे हमारे। क्यों खेलेंगे? कहें क्योंकि एलजी हमारा है।
Is this what the public has voted for? Is this what the public in Delhi deserves? What is playing out? And is this a sign of things to come? Harish Khuranna, spokesperson of Delhi BJP, with us. Priyanka Kakkar of the Aam Aadmi Party. We've got Hari Shankar Gupta, Congress spokesperson. Tushar Gupta, senior editor, Swarajya magazine. And Rasheed Kidwai, author and senior journalist. I'm going across to Priyanka Kakkar first up. We have a virtual admission by Atishi from your party. When asked that you are the ones who began the mayhem in the MCD house today, the explanation is that if something wrong is happening, we cannot be innocent bystanders. But Priyanka, is this what you should do? Even if you allege that something wrong is happening? Is this what it's going to come down to?
Shivani, good evening to everyone. It's unfortunate that you are relying on people like, you played the bite of Kapil Mishra. You know, these are the people who were ideally supposed to be implicated for hate speeches, and as soon as the judge ordered an FIR against them, he was transferred. One thing. Secondly, you mentioned
I've played 6 to 7 bites. No, 1 second, Priyanka. I've played 6 to 7 bites. Many from the BJP and many from the Aam Aadmi Party. I don't understand why you begin by pinpointing one person. How does that justify?
I will come to everything, but you will have to please let me speak. I understand.
Speak on the subject, no.
Interject at every point, but let me speak, please. So, today what has happened is Atishiji did not at all, you are playing it out of context. She did not justify any violence because 4 of us have been injured. They are critically injured. They are at LNJP, and we will be taking legal action against those who did that. There's a Parshad jinka pura tang toot gaya upar se niche tak. Perhaps you should have played that also. There's another Parshad whose clothes were torn and his hand is broken because there was a memento thrown at him, and in order to save his face, his hand was broken. Maybe you should play that.
We played that.
When it comes to what Atishi ji said, Shivani, you will have to let me complete. I'll take all your questions.
No, you are accusing me of not playing something. You are accusing me of running bites that you don't like. I'm sorry. I will intervene here. How does that justify your behavior? I've run sufficient statements from both of your sides.
Please show me our behavior. I can show you the behavior of the BJP.
Is it true or not that the Aam Aadmi Party MLAs began the ruckus by storming the well? Is it true or not?
Shivani, we stopped the unconstitutionality, and let me explain to you what the unconstitutionality
I'll come
was.
to that, ma'am. Priyanka, I'll come to that. I will give you enough time. I've got enough time. Whatever quote-unquote unconstitutionality is going on. No, my question is very specific. I will insist on that question, and I will insist on an answer to that question. 1 second, Priyanka. I don't want to speak over you, but I will give you sufficient time. I'll come to the unconstitutionality and the objections you're raising. I'm very serious about those objections. But in the name of unconstitutionality, can you reduce the proceedings to this?
I think, Shivani, you can speak on my behalf. I will leave because
No,
you have
Priyanka,
the
don't-
questions and you have the answers to
Priyanka,
it.
don't do this. Please answer my question. Whatever
And
your
please-
grouse is, what
You
justifies
have
this?
to let me speak.
Yeah, go
Because
ahead,
you
but
give
please
BJP
answer my question.
uninterrupted. You give BJP uninterrupted
That is
time
not
every
true
time.
at all.
Let me speak.
Now you have
Let
now you have reduced your commentary to attacking me.
No, it is Aam Aadmi Party in your books has always been reduced. You know,
No,
you don't-
madam,
you
please, you don't know me that well. I'm sorry, you don't know me
Let
that
me
well.
Please speak or I can leave. It is up
No,
to you.
but please answer my question. That's all my humble request is. I'll come to the
Don't
unconstitutionality
interject.
later.
My request is please don't interject. I will speak.
Go ahead.
I am saying we raised the point of unconstitutionality. There was no violence on our behalf. The violence was initiated by the BJP. Our four partials have been injured critically. They are admitted at LNJP and we will be taking legal action against them.
Okay.
If the police doesn't register an FIR, we will go to the court under 156(3). That is one part. Now coming to the unconstitutionality of it. From day one, when they wanted to have the MCD election, they postponed it on one pretext or the other. Subsequently, they appoint एक हारी हुई पार्टी ने अपना प्रोटेम स्पीकर अपॉइंट किया जिनका काम इतना सा था that they should ensure that the mayor elections happen properly. But they instead started with the oath ceremony of the aldermen, which were also appointed unconstitutionally. And why I say this, I will read from 243R of the Constitution, which says that the 10 aldermen, how they will be appointed. The legislator of the state may by law provide for representation in a municipality of persons having special knowledge or experience in municipal administration, the legislature of a state. And provided that these persons will have no right to vote. They had no voting rights. So the only thing that was left for the pro tem speaker, who was appointed illegally over the established practice of appointing, say, Mr. Manoj Goyal, whose name we had recommended, which was not appointed, and the LG surpassed our recommendations and gave 10 names in the newspaper, and that is how we learn through it. The state is supposed to appoint. The LG is supposed to take our recommendation, Council of Ministers recommendation.
So you've
and then
listed your
appoint.
3 objections. I have actually outlined those objections in my opening today. One, the nomination itself. You have raised objections over the senior most person not being appointed as the pro tem speaker. And the third is this oath thing. But my question to you is that if your objection is that who was being administered the oath first, is that enough to reduce the house to this? Look at what has happened today.
That is not the objection, Shivani.
Then the objection is that they will be asked to vote. Now, where is that objection coming from?
Because, Shivani, all you have to do as a pro tem speaker, ensure the appointment of the mayor, not even the deputy mayor, not even the state standing committees. You have to only appoint the mayor. For appointing the mayor, you have to take the vote of the elected members. These 10 aldermen, why were they administered vote before is to create the ruckus in the system.
I don't understand. What is the connection with them, with the timing of their oath first or second, with whether they will get rights to vote?
Because it is clear there is no other objective, Shivani.
No, but this is your hypothetical claim.
No, it is not hypothetical. Tell me, what is the problem if we are saying follow the law and appoint from the elected members of the municipality?
No, I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with what transpired in the name of objections today. Let me now bring in the BJP. Let them respond to your objections. Yes, BJP is doing everything it can to not allow the Aam Aadmi Party its due position, both as the elected government and now as the majority party in the MCD.
शिवानी, जिस प्रवक्ता को ये नहीं पता होगा कि मनोज गोयल कौन और मुकेश गोयल कौन है, I can understand what they are going through. Mukesh Goyal is the senior most. Did I?
Okay, go ahead. Let's not interrupt each other. Go ahead.
Today, the whole country has seen that the murder of the democracy today. Whole country has seen. And Delhi is ashamed. And as a Delhiite today, I am ashamed what has happened today. I mean, you have shown, they are saying illegal hai. What is illegal in that?
नहीं, आपने legislature को क्यों नहीं consult किया? One second. Arvind Kejriwal wrote a letter last evening that the Council of Ministers should have been consulted as far as the nominations are concerned.
Shivani, hear me out, please.
Yes.
Please. Under section 3/3, 10% which are not less than 25 years of age and a special knowledge having under municipal administration to be nominated by the administrator. And the administrator of the Delhi is Lieutenant Governor under Section 2(1).
I have played that out. No, but I have a query
Yes, you
here.
have
Harish
played that.
Khuranna, I have a
You have
query
played
here.
that.
I have
You have
played that
played that.
out. My question is it not a tradition that you should consult the elected government?
No,
Forget
no,
tradition, Shivani,
no,
forget. Tradition
no.
is there. They can't
What is
do it
illegal in
once.
that?
They send the
Point
files
is,
back in
यार ये चुप होएगी
2021.
नहीं है?
One by one.
यार.
Priyanka
What is
ji,
this?
Priyanka ji, you had enough opportunity. Please allow him uninterrupted time. I will do the
What is this?
answering. Please. Yes, Harish Khuranna.
Shivani, President क्या था, what not, I'm not going to do that.
हाँ.
Whether the point is today is appointing of these people are legal or illegal.
हाँ.
I think it's legal. Point is clear. Now they are saying पहले क्यों नहीं हुआ, इनकी ओथ पहले अरे
क्यों
बाबा,
कराई आपने पहले
what
ओथ?
will-
क्यों
what
कराई
will-
पहले ओथ?
So what is wrong in that? What is
But
illegal
क्यों?
in that? What is the point is not this, Shivani. Point is what is illegal in that? Have BJP done illegal? Have LGS done illegal? No. Answer is no. It's been. I mean, फर्क क्या पड़ता है यार? 10 people took
Priyanka ji,
before
in
or
your turn.
after.
Priyanka ji,
What
not
will
like
ha-
this. Not like this. Please. Harish
Sorry.
Khuranna.
10 people who took a oath previous 10 minutes before or 10 minutes after. What will go wrong? Point is that why they got afraid? They have a majority. They have 150 plus numbers in the house, including member of parliament and MLA. Why are you so much afraid
No,
of
so
that?
now let me come
Point is
to
this.
the moot point. Now the problem is, the allegation is that you are going to get these nominated members to vote. I am not sure where that allegation
Again
is coming
now,
from. I have
Shivani,
not heard
now-
anybody
now
say
Shivani-
this. One by one,
Shivani-
please, Priyanka ji, please. Not over me,
Priyanka,
not
why-
over our
what
other
happened
guests.
to you?
But
Priyanka,
where
you
is this
are-
coming
you are
from?
educated
Harish
one,
Khuranna,
yaar.
आप बताइए ये डर कहाँ से आ रहा है?
Priyanka, अपना Shivani, under Delhi High Court versus Onika Malhotra. Hari Shankar ji sitting over here. Onika Malhotra has filed a case in High Court, and in the High Court judgment over there, the elderman got the right to vote at that time. Hari Shankar ji बैठे हुए, he knows much better. Onika Malhotra versus High Court. I'm quoting that. So High Court decision is there कि elderman can have a right to vote. Then what is illegal? Point is what illegal has done. What the illegality has been done. Unconstitutional क्या हुआ ये बताइए ना मेरे को. And why are you so much afraid? Point is this, why are you so much afraid?
Okay.
Having a majority in the house, you are not letting the house to run. You are not housing the
This
the
is a
oath.
peculiar situation where those in majority are not letting the house run. But let
Yes.
let Mr. Gupta come in. Mr. Gupta, one second. Priyanka ji, come on, please, not like this. I don't like doing this again and again. Hari Shankar Gupta, the Congress has also been accused by the Aam Aadmi Party that you have some deal with the BJP.
देखिए ये तो सरासर बदतमीजी है इस ढंग के एलिगेशन लगाना। अगर हमने वर्कआउट किया है तो उसका मायने ये था कि ना तो हम बीजेपी को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं ना आम आदमी को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं। वर्कआउट करना ये हमारा फैसला इसलिए था कि जिस ढंग की वहां पर हरकत हो रही है, जिस ढंग का मजाक वहां पर डेमोक्रेसी का उड़ाया जा रहा है, हमारे लोगों को ये हिदायत थी कि आप लोग वर्कआउट करो, आप किसी के साथ में अलाई नहीं करो। अगर वहां पर हम मौजूद रहते तब तो ये एलिगेशन हमारे ऊपर हो सकता था कि वहां पर बैठे हुए हमने किसी को सपोर्ट किया है। हम बीजेपी को सपोर्ट तो कर ही नहीं सकते, आम आदमी को
नहीं,
सपोर्ट
आपने
तो कर ही
नंबर
नहीं
नीचे
सकते।
कर दिए ना,
हमारा
मेजॉरिटी
पूरा-
नंबर नीचे कर दिए आपने वॉकआउट करके।
देखिए वो हमारा चॉइस, हमारा डिस्क्रिप्शन है, हमारा फैसला है। नंबर कम होता है या ज्यादा होता है उस बात से मतलब नहीं है। बीजेपी को कैसे सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं हम लोग? हमारा नेता पूरे देश में घूम रहा है, बीजेपी के खिलाफ में बात कर रहा है, और हम यहाँ हाउस में नगर निगम में बैठ के बीजेपी को सपोर्ट करेंगे।
अच्छा चलो, fair enough.
लेकिन मैं आपको
What
एक
your
बात
party
बता दूं
wants
जो
to do is
जिस
your
विषय पर
choice.
आपने-
What your party
जिस
wants to do is your choice. But the larger question of what transpired in the MCD house today, you've heard from both the BJP and the Congress. The question that I have is, whatever your grouse is, whatever your objection is on the procedure, the nomination, the vote or no vote, this is no way to sort it out.
बिल्कुल
शिवानी,
ठीक कह रही
they
हैं
hate us.
शिवानी जी।
4 of us are in the-
मैं
अरे
वही-
अब आपको लगी, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आपकी लाइबिलिटी नहीं बनती ना प्रियंका जी।
मेरी बात को पूरा होने दीजिए।
अरे तो
मैं
जिसने
ये बात-
लड़ाई शुरू करी उसके ऊपर भी तो है ना ब्लेम। वो कह रहे हैं आपने शुरू करी, बट प्लीज लेट हिम हैव हिज से। प्रियंका जी
मेरी बात-
प्लीज,
मेरी
आई विल
बात
हैव
को
टू
सुनने
म्यूट
की
यू,
पूरा
आई
होने
रिक्वेस्ट यू, लेट हिम हैव हिज से, यू विल गेट एन अपॉर्चुनिटी अगेन। हरि शंकर गुप्ता,
These questions
देखिए,
we just quiet us.
उनको भी तो बोलने दीजिए ना मैम, प्लीज। यस मिस्टर गुप्ता।
देखिए मैं आपको एक बात कहना चाहता हूं, जो कुछ भी हुआ है वो सरासर गलत है, उसकी हम निंदा करते हैं। 15 साल बीजेपी की सरकार कॉर्पोरेशन में थी और उन्होंने काम नहीं किया, दिल्ली को बर्बाद किया, दिल्ली को की दुर्दशा की, उसके कारण से दिल्ली के लोग उसको बदलना चाहते थे। वो बदलाव की बात थी। लेकिन आज हाउस के अंदर आपके लोगों, आप पार्टी के लोगों ने जिस ढंग से बिहेवियर किया है, जिस ढंग से मारा पीटी की है और मजाक उड़ाया है हाउस का, दिल्ली के लोगों का मजाक उड़ाया है, इससे ये स्पष्ट हो गया है कि दोनों की दोनों पार्टियां दिल्ली की भलाई करने में इच्छुक नहीं है। अपना राजनीतिक जो मतलब है उसको हल करना चाहती हैं, उसको फायदा उठाना चाहती हैं। दिल्ली की भलाई के लिए, दिल्ली की जनता के हित में कोई काम करने की ना तो बीजेपी की मंशा 15 साल रही। अब आप पार्टी के लोग जिस ढंग के वहां पर आ गए हैं, जिस ढंग के लोग वहां पर हैं, आप पार्टी के चुनकर आए हैं,
क्या मतलब आपका जिस ढंग के लोग, इसका क्या मतलब?
जिन्होंने सबसे कम महंगाई कर दी दिल्ली में, जिन्होंने सबसे सस्ती बिजली दी इंडिया में, जिन्होंने शिक्षा
आपने इतना सस्ती दिल्ली जी, प्रियंका जी ज्यादा मत बात करिए। आप अभी
सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की रिपोर्ट सही है।
अच्छा, हरी शंकर गुप्ता, आपका क्या मतलब है कि जिस तरह के लोग आए हैं, आप भी क्या बीजेपी की आर्गुमेंट को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं कि ये अनार्किक लोग हैं?
सुन लीजिए बात है मेरी। 2-2 करोड़ रुपया लेकर टिकट लेकर लोग जीत कर आए हैं यहाँ पर। आप क्या बात कर रही हैं? आपको पता नहीं है क्या? पूछिए जाके केजरीवाल से पूछिए कितना पैसा लिया है टिकट का। कोई टिकट दिल्ली में ऐसा नहीं है जो 1.5-2 करोड़ रुपए से कम का बिका हुआ हो। ये केजरीवाल ने पैसा लिया है।
तो इसलिए क्या आम आदमी पार्टी डर रही है? इसलिए क्या आम आदमी पार्टी डर रही है? I'll come to the moot question now. इसलिए क्या आम आदमी पार्टी डर रही है मेयर इलेक्शन से, उनकी मेजॉरिटी होने के बावजूद? मिस्टर गुप्ता,
सवाल ये है, जो 2 करोड़ रुपए आदमी पार्टी का टिकट लेकर आया है, वो 5 करोड़ रुपए लेकर पार्टी के खिलाफ भी वोट कर सकता है।
Okay. Let me bring in our experts now. Let me give them an opportunity. Rasheed Kidwai, you know, there is a problem here when you hold the majority numbers and yet you're acting so nervously that today this has transpired in the house. I'm not sure if the Aam Aadmi Party can wash its hands away by saying कि हमारे लोगों को चोट लगी है. अब वो तो लड़ाई के बाद किसको चोट लगी वो अलग इशू है. But the way they're behaving, objecting to the nominations, objecting to the procedure, कौन oath पहले लेगा, कौन बाद में लेगा, वोट दिलवा देंगे. I mean, all of this cannot be resolved like this. It is lending credence to the fact they want to stall the proceedings. They're not sure.
Yeah. I think, Shivani, the prima facie, the situation is very complex. It is pointless to blame one party or the other. You see, we must also at this point of time respect that mandate that came in MCD election, and whatever I see this kind of violence, it is totally, it should be condemned without reservations, simply because we must remember that municipal elections are closest to that direct democracy, that concept that we have. So in that context, it is much more glaring that if this kind of thing happened, that elected representatives came and they started, not only threatened, they physically harmed each other. I'm sure there are television, footages there, and the culprit must be brought to the book. But the more important thing, Shivani, that we need to dwell upon is what was the business agenda. And if the mayoral election was on the top priority, why it was not held, why aldermen were given oath. Now, this is something political parties need to come clean on that, because that seems to be the root cause of problem.
But if Aam Aadmi Party has a majority,
why atmosphere?
Even if the oath was administered, what justifies this? And where is the fear coming from? The numbers are very clear for the Aam Aadmi Party. The only reason they could be afraid is if they don't believe that their own members will vote for them.
No, I am saying if the list of business had a certain thing, or that agenda was not shared with the party that is in power, I think these are all, that is what I'm saying, it's a complex thing. You cannot just say that one side is right or other side is wrong.
Okay. So, Tushar Gupta, the argument that is also facing the BJP is that, you remember that Amit Malviya had tweeted soon after the MCD election results, basically saying, dekh lete hain mayor kiska banta hai. Now, that is where this whole story actually started. So, clearly the Aam Aadmi Party is worried.
No,
Shivani, it's deja vu altogether, because I am a resident of Chandigarh and I've seen the same thing, the very same thing play out during the Chandigarh mayor elections, where the Aam Aadmi Party was accusing the Congress of BJP of having a deal, and then it was the Aam Aadmi Party councillors who cross-voted. And even in Delhi, it's the same scenario. Look, there are 2-3 things. One, even if the oath was being administered first, The 10 nominated councillors are not going to vote in the mayor elections. It just cannot happen. So that would not have impacted Aam Aadmi Party's prospects when it came to electing a mayor. Number two, had the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson been sitting here after the mayor election saying that the 10 nominated councillors were given priority over the mayor election, that would have made sense. But for her to sit here and crib and cry and accuse the BJP, that just doesn't add up. And number three, when will the Aam Aadmi Party learn? Since 2013, when Arvind Kejriwal first disrupted the Republic Day parade saying, "Main anarchist hoon, main ye hoon, main wo hoon," to today, 10 years of complete protesting and activism in the name of running a government. I don't understand when will the Aam Aadmi Party learn and when will they let the Delhi residents have proper governance?
Okay.
Even if
you're no longer an
aldermen
activist, you're no longer an opposition wanting to come to power, Priyanka. You are now in power both at the Delhi level and now majority party at the MCD. There needs to be better behavior exhibited from you.
Shivani, let me tell you 2-3 things. I heard the gentleman before me. Now, Shivani, this is a party that we're speaking about, which of the 18 states that it is in power, 9 have been purchased through Operation Lotus. I'm not mincing any words. And the intention to give the nomination of these aldermen before the elected municipal councillors was to ensure that they could vote. The gentleman sitting here would have said that, he would have liked. We could have gone to court later. It would have taken a few years, but the damage would have been done. See, sir, you see how it transpires. And as far as...
One second, Mr. Khuranna.
As far as the governance model is concerned, sir, it is before this very LG that we had to sit for 10 days. We have the highest number of CCTVs, the least amount of inflation, the cheapest electricity, the best schools in Delhi. So it is in this government that you see the governance model that has been provided compared to any other state, sir. We are the only revenue surplus state in India at the moment. This is the RBI data.
But none of that justifies this. You should be super confident about your numbers then.
If you must
one by one, let her finish.
Thank you, Shivani. If you must question, please question the BJP that if we were objecting to an illegality and unconstitutionality, what was the need for violence? Why 4 of our Parshads are in the hospital in Gambhir situation?
But if they were doing what they were doing, according to you, why would they raise mayhem and ruckus? Then they will allow the proceedings to go ahead. Obviously, ruckus to आपकी side से शुरू हुआ ना?
नहीं, Shivani, please, you have to start questioning this party जो मोरबी वाले को भगा देती है.
उसका इससे कोई लेना देना नहीं है. मैं सारे issues club नहीं कर सकती. Unfortunately, ऐसे debate नहीं होता. Let's give a minute to Mr. Khuranna. Mr. Khuranna, is it your intention? Once again, is it your intention to get the nominated members to vote when they cannot?
Shivani, a simple answer. Simple answer and one-line answer.
Yes.
Minus these elected councillors, I mean these aldermen or not, what क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
नहीं, आप इनसे वोट कराना चाह रहे हैं नहीं चाह रहे, ये बताइए.
Numbers game.
नहीं, आप इनसे वोट कराना चाह रहे हैं नहीं चाह रहे. As far as I know, they cannot vote.
Look at the answer,
Shivani, let's talk practical.
No. There is a one second. Practicality is separate. Procedure is also equally important. Are you wanting them to vote or not?
I've already told you. Anika Malhotra versus Delhi High Court verdict clearly said that aldermen can vote. Whether legality is there or not.
As far as I know, the aldermen are not allowed to vote.
Yes,
ask Hari Shankar Gupta.
Okay, let Mr. Gupta also come in here.
He knows it.
Mr. Gupta, they cannot vote?
Now see their intention, Shivani.
Let Mr. Gupta respond.
कोर्ट कर रहे हैं हाई कोर्ट का ऑर्डर को, मैं उसको डिनाई नहीं करता, लेकिन इतने दिन कॉर्पोरेशन की प्रैक्टिस रही है कि एल्डरमैन कभी भी मेयर की इलेक्शन के लिए वोट नहीं करता.
Yes.
ये दिस हैज बीन द प्रैक्टिस सिंस लॉन्ग द इनकॉर्पोरेशन ऑफ कॉर्पोरेशन.
बट ये जो दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट के ऑर्डर की बात कर रहे हैं वो तो आप ही के मेंबर का केस है.
मैं डोंट डिनाई
तो अगर हाई कोर्ट का ऑर्डर है तो फिर क्या प्रॉब्लम है? आपको भी प्रॉब्लम है इससे?
Shivani, this has been the practice since from the times of incorporation with the corporation.
But if that practice now comes under a new order, then what are we to do? Ignore the order.
It is the law, Shivani. You cannot.
I'm saying, as far as I know, the research I have done, they are not allowed to vote.
Shivani, point is not this.
Point is what?
Point is this: whether these people will vote or not. क्या फर्क पड़ेगा? नंबर्स तो वही हैं.
नहीं, but आप क्यों करा रहे हो उनसे वोट?
नंबर तो 150 प्लस है उनके पास. क्यों घबरा रहे हैं? Why are so much Hari? I mean, why are so much frustrated?
Okay,
Point is not this.
they're frustrated
Point
because
is
you're
this.
doing Operation Lotus. You hinted at it right after the MCD elections.
The difference between Aam Aadmi Party and BJP is more than 30 votes. And if these 10 votes vote or not, again I'm quoting it, whether they vote or not, what will make a difference? In majority, they still are in majority. Why they are getting a ruckus in the house?
Yeah, that may be decided legally. Otherwise, please sit together and decide it. Please don't break mics and throw chairs. That's my only request to all of you. I'll give Tushar Gupta 30 seconds. 1 second. The bigger issue here is you cannot decide your differences like this. Tushar Gupta.
But Shivani, you know, some disturbing visuals came out today, and one of them was of Aam Aadmi Party's Atishi Marlena laughing and, you know, encouraging the ruckus that was going on. That is my moot question, that can the government of Delhi, who's now on the MCD, also indulge in such behavior? Forget the numbers, forget who's becoming the mayor or not. That's the latter part. What is this behavior? How do they justify it? And the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson here is sitting that there is Operation Lotus going on. The BJP is, poaching our members and whatnot. Is she indirectly admitting, Shivani, on your show on national television, that AAP councillors can be bought out by the BJP? And if that is indeed the case, the question is why?
Okay, I have to leave it at that. I have to leave it at that.
They can be bought out.
I have to leave it at that. Let's just hope that we don't see a repeat of this and some resolution is brought into how this will go ahead, regardless of the differences between each political party. I thank our guests for joining us. Moving on to the